My sister died alone in a hospice bed 3 hours away from where I live. A nurse I'd never met held her hand in those final moments. A stranger gave her the comfort I should have given. It's been 4 years, and I wake up every single morning with that image in my head. My sister dying, reaching for someone, anyone, and I wasn't there. I'm 76 years old. My sister Margaret was 72 when she died. Pancreatic cancer, 6 months from diagnosis to death. And in those 6 months, I visited her exactly 0 times. I need to tell you this, not because I deserve sympathy, but because I see you doing the same thing, putting off the call, postponing the visit, telling yourself you'll go next week. Things never settle down. Next week never comes. And one day, the person you've been meaning to visit will be gone. Margaret and I grew up in the same house, shared the same bedroom until I was 16. We weren't just sisters, we were best friends. She was 3 years older than me, and she treated me like I was the most important person in the world. When I was bullied in school, Margaret walked me home every single day for 2 years. When my first boyfriend broke my heart, she sat with me on the bathroom floor while I cried and didn't say a single word, just held me. We stayed close through our 20s and 30s, Sunday dinners every week without fail. But then life happened. I got a promotion requiring more travel. She moved 3 hours away. Weekly dinners became monthly calls. Monthly calls became holiday texts. We drifted. The diagnosis came in March 2020. Margaret called on a Tuesday afternoon. I was at work, in a meeting. I almost sent her to voicemail, but I stepped out. Her voice was small, scared. They found something, pancreatic cancer, stage 4. I remember exactly where I was standing, in the hallway outside the conference room. There was a water stain on the ceiling. I stared at that stain while my sister told me she was dying. I said all the right things. I'm sorry. We'll fight this. You're strong. And then I said what I'll regret forever. I'll come visit soon as work calms down. Work calms down, as if there was a finish line where I'd finally have time for the people I love. Margaret said, that would be nice, hopeful, trusting. She believed me. Of course I would come, but I didn't go that week. Project deadline. Next week, work crisis. Week after, I had a cold. Every week, a reason. Every week, I'd go next week. Margaret started chemo in April. Her daughter texted me updates. Mom's having a rough day. Mom's in the hospital. Mom's asking about you. I'd respond with heart emojis, thinking of you. Stay strong. But I never got in my car, never made the 3-hour drive. In June, her daughter called. Mom's not doing well. They're moving her to hospice. She really wants to see you. I panicked. Hospice meant the end was close. Somehow, I thought if I didn't go, it wouldn't be real yet. Maybe she'd get better. Maybe there'd be more time. I'll be there next weekend. Just need to get through this work week. That weekend came. I'd packed, arranged Monday off. Friday night, my daughter called. Problems with her husband, crying. She needed me, so I stayed. Margaret would understand. I'd go the following weekend. The following weekend, it rained. Flood warnings on the highway. Too dangerous. I texted my niece. Weather's too bad. I'll come when it clears. Then July. Margaret moved to inpatient hospice. My niece sent a photo. Margaret in bed, thin, so terribly thin, smiling at the camera. I stared at that photo. Should have gotten in my car right then, but I was tired. Long week. I'd go tomorrow. Tomorrow became next week. Every time my niece called, crushing guilt. Every time I saw Margaret's name, I'd feel sick, but guilt made me avoid her more. How do you face someone when you've let them down completely? Margaret texted in late July. Just a simple message. It said, I understand you're busy. I love you. I read that message and I started crying, right there at my kitchen table. Because I knew what it meant. It meant she'd given up on me coming. It meant she was letting me off the hook. It meant she was dying, and she was using her limited energy to make me feel better about abandoning her. I typed a response. I'm coming this weekend, I promise, but didn't send it. I'd made that promise so many times. What was one more lie? Margaret died August 3rd, 2020. Monday morning. I was at work. My niece called at 9:47 a.m. I knew before I answered. She's gone. Was she alone? No. Her nurse Linda held her hand. She made sure Mom wasn't alone. Nurse Linda, a stranger. She held my sister's hand when she died, not me. A stranger did what I should have done. I drove to the hospice facility immediately, 3 hours. I made it in 2.5, speeding the whole way, crying so hard I could barely see the road. And the entire drive, all I could think was, why didn't I do this 3 months ago? Why didn't I make this drive when she was alive and could have known I was coming? When I got there, she was already gone. They'd cleaned her up, made her look peaceful. I sat next to her bed and held her cold hand, and I sobbed. I said, I'm sorry over and over again. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. But she couldn't hear me. I'd waited until she couldn't hear me to finally say the words she needed to hear. My niece found me an hour later, not angry, just sad. She kept asking for you every day until the last week. That killed something inside me. My sister, dying, spent her final days hoping I'd show up. I never did. At the funeral, people said, at least you got to say goodbye. But I didn't. I said goodbye to a body. Never told her I loved her while she could hear it. Never held her hand while she could squeeze back. 4 years of this weight, playing that 6-month period over and over, every excuse I made, every lie I told myself. The project deadline, don't remember what it was. The work crisis, resolved in days nobody remembers. The cold, gone in 3 days. The rainy weekend, sun came out Monday. Every excuse was nothing. All lies because I was a coward. That's what you need to understand. I wasn't staying away because I was busy. I was scared. Scared of seeing her sick. Scared of facing reality. Scared of discomfort. I chose my comfort over her need. When I was bullied, she walked me home. When I was heartbroken, she held me. When she was dying, I was too busy, too scared. Here's what I've learned. The regret of not going is 1,000 times worse than any discomfort I'd have felt. The guilt is heavier than any awkwardness. The weight of broken promises is crushing compared to a 3-hour drive. I'll carry this forever. No redemption arc, no forgiveness. This is who I am now. The sister who didn't show up, who let her die alone, who chose convenience over connection. I think about Linda sometimes. Looked her up on Facebook, 3 kids, posts garden photos, regular person doing her job. August 3rd, 2020. She did what I couldn't. Gave my sister dignity in her final moments. I sent Linda a card last year. Thank you for being there when I wasn't. She wrote back. Margaret talked about me often, showed her photos, said she loved me and understood life gets busy. That made me cry for 3 days. Margaret understood, forgave me, still loved me, defended me to a stranger. That makes it worse. I didn't deserve that grace. If someone you love is sick, dying, asking for you, stop reading, stop whatever you're doing, get in your car, get on a plane, go now, right now. Don't wait for work to calm down. It won't. Don't wait for a better weekend. There isn't one. Don't wait until you're ready. You never will. Don't say next week. Next week might be too late. The discomfort you're avoiding, nothing compared to the regret, the inconvenience, negligible compared to knowing they died waiting, the fear of seeing them sick, small compared to never seeing them again. I don't care if it's 3 hours or 6 hours, meeting, deadline, appointment, tired, busy, not in the mood, none of it matters. Won't matter in 4 years at their grave. You think you're too busy. You're not. You think you have more time. You don't. You think they understand. They do, but they shouldn't have to. You think you'll go next week. You might not get next week. My sister is buried 3 hours from my house. I visit every Sunday, rain or shine. I sit by her headstone, tell her about my week, tell her I love her, tell her I'm sorry, but she can't hear me. I'm 4 years too late. Don't be me. Don't wait. Don't make excuses. Don't choose comfort over connection. Don't let fear keep you from people who need you. Go, before it's too late, before you visit a grave instead of a person, before you become like me. I'm 76 years old. My sister died 4 years ago. Nurse Linda held her hand. I will never forgive myself for not being there. Don't make my mistake. Please, go now.